Hiya, and welcome back to Tennis Ace, the game that teaches us that Alex is fully capable of lifting every single person from the entirety of the United States with a single deadlift because he's a fucking beast. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Wrong save. Well, I know nothing about tennis rackets, so I'm gonna need some help with that. Also, I think I'm gonna buy new shoes too. Keikun can help you with the rackets. He's far more knowledgeable on those than I am. On the other hand, I can go around getting you my recommendation for shoes while you guys check out the rackets. Oh, really? That's super nice of you. Thanks. No problem. What's your shoe size? In Europe, I'd be a 41. I don't know if you guys have different sizes here in Japan. No worries. I'll look it up on my phone and see if there's any conversion that needs to be made. I'll be right back. I walk away from them to browse the shoes on display and check out which ones I'd recommend for Vic-kun. I immediately notice Alex following me around the store. Spinning around with my heels, I turn to look him in the eye. You do know Keikun is over there, right? He nods. I'm aware. However, he already has someone with him, meaning that he's safe. You, on the other hand, would be walking around alone. This is a sporting goods store 2 blocks away from the station. I think I'm safe in here. Still, it doesn't hurt to keep my eye on you. Why, though? I'm not your boss. True, but you're someone important to him. Meaning that your safety is also important to me. I know, I saw No More Future has a build released for patrons. I do not know when the public is coming out. Let me check real quick. Because, like, I want to definitively know when the public build is coming out. Twitter, where is it? Sedgelord. Right there. Yeah. He's got to keep an eye out for us because he loves us. Hopefully. Yeah, March 6th. March 6th, Monday. I think Monday. Is March 6th Monday? It is. This is precisely why I should not be allowed to do math. True, but you're someone important to him, meaning that your safety is also important to me. I think you're taking your job way too serious here. The wolf shrugs, continuing to follow me around. You sure it's okay to be walking with me? What if something happens to Keisuke? Like I said, he already has someone with him. He'll be fine. Besides, if something happens, I can still keep my eye on him from here. It's not that big of a store. Does this mean you trust Vic-kun won't do anything to him? Not yet, but I choose to give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, aren't you altruistic? He shrugs. He smiles, shrugging once. I continue to walk around, checking all the shoes that catch my eye and making sure to read their specifications. Don't worry about it, hiya. So you and Keikun have known each other for 9 years, huh? Yes. How did you end up working for his family so early? I mean, you were just 18 and you weren't even Japanese. I was recommended to the position by my former teacher. He had ties to the Urushihara Corporation and showed them how competent I was. Oh, that sounds easier than I thought it'd be. Alex shakes his head sideways, looking down at me with a half smile. Make no mistake, it was still incredibly difficult. They were very keen on testing me to make sure I was good enough for their job. After all, I was to be the personal bodyguard of the company's only heir after all. What all did you miss? Not much. You did not miss much at all. I hadn't thought of that. Still, things worked out in the end. Keisuke and I bonded over time, and they choose to keep me in the position because of it. Hang on, I'm going to check something real quick. I will be super disappointed if it isn't. The stream is going to be fragile tonight, so unfortunately for people who are wanting to see it, there is no Material Girl happening tonight. No Material Girl is happening tonight. The stream is fragile. The stream is fragile right now. I'm gonna start petting my laptop. Hopefully that'll make it less fragile. I know, disappointing. I'm literally petting my laptop right now. I'm literally petting it right now. Just no offense, but his family isn't exactly nice. I'm surprised they'd choose to hire someone who treated him well. I thought they'd want someone who'd make him miserable. He chuckles, shaking his head in negative once again. They can be difficult at times, but making the sole heir of their company miserable would be in no one's best interest. I guess. I certainly faced my fair share of discrimination when I first started at my job. Most of the servants working at the estate are much older than I am. They were mistrustful of me when I first started. I've only ever interacted with you and the one other butler when I visited, so I don't really know what they'd be like. Yeah. The other butler in question is Kuroda. He was one of the few people to treat me cordially when I began working here. Has he been with the family for a long time? Much longer than I have. He's worked for the company since Keisuke's father first became CEO some 20 years ago. Wow! That long, huh? Alex nods. Why the sudden interest in it? Are you planning on becoming a butler once you graduate? Hardly. I've already had my career decided a long time ago. Yes. Keisuke tells me you're quite talented. He believes you'll become a world-renowned athlete in the near future. What? Really? Oh yes, he's been trying to convince his father to offer you a sponsorship before you make your debut. He says he wants to help once you do. I had no idea. He's a very secretive person, so it doesn't really surprise me. He's the type to keep his feelings for people hidden deep inside. He really cares about you and your entire group, regardless of how he might act. I see. Wait, why are you telling me this? Wouldn't it piss him off if he found out? The wolf smiles, shrugging with a cheeky expression on his face. Probably, but he's a very awkward person. The last thing I want is for his reservedness to be misconstrued for callousness. I know how devastated he'd be if he lost any of you as his friends. Does he really care about us that much? Yes, he talks about you and your friends all the time. You're the most talked about, too. Me? Why me? He shrugs. Hell if I know. Still, he seems to be quite fond of you. Much more than I initially imagined, too. He's so gonna kill you if he finds out you're telling me this stuff. I'll run the risk. I just want to make sure you know how much you mean to him. Knowing him, it wouldn't surprise me if he gave people the wrong idea and ended up losing his friends for it. I think you have too little faith on him. Keikun's not that awkward of a person. Besides, he fits right into our group. Perhaps now he does, but up until April, I always heard about how he felt out of place and excluded. I don't want to hear him saying things like that anymore, nor do I want to see him hurt. God, you almost sound like his older brother. Older brother, huh? He pauses, looking suddenly lost in thought. After a few seconds of consideration, he nods, smiling. I suppose in a way I do think of him as a little brother that I must protect. Older sibling shit, I feel like that's just how a lot of older siblings go. Like, I'm partially speaking from a bit of personal experience with being an older sibling. Like, my one younger sibling, like, literally anything for whatever goddamn reason would happen to them, and I would already be preparing to rip that person's soul out of their body. Just or something like that. I finished grabbing a few more pairs of shoes, enjoying a pleasant conversation with Alex along the way. I don't really understand why he suddenly felt the need to accompany me, but I have to admit he is nice company. Basket, if you're watching this, Wonky Basket, I think that's your username. If you're watching this, can we please get an Alex side story? Please. I'm back. How's the racket shopping going? We've managed to narrow it down to 2. Keisuke is trying to decide between them. On the other hand, this one is lighter and more flexible. Keisuke seems to be completely ignoring us, muttering words to himself. He's probably comparing the rackets in his head and trying to decide. You want to try the shoes I found in the meantime? This might take a while. Oh, sure, thanks. You don't know if he's watching this. Aww. Well, if you're watching the YouTube version of this, in the previous part in the description, I asked, and I'm going to ask again if yes. Yes, one can dream. One can dream. He will be mine. I hand him around 6 different pairs of shoes that I brought along with me. Thankfully, Alex helped me carry them around so it wasn't much trouble. These ones are very comfortable. Oh, don't worry about it. Someone needs to be... I swear to God. I swear to God, I need someone to be realistic. And you're just being... You're not really being a Debbie Downer right now. You're just being realistic. These ones are very comfortable. Victor tries on the first pair, getting up and walking in circles with them. They're supposed to give you an impulse when you run. It's a very breathable material too, so you don't have to worry about your feet getting too sweaty. That's definitely a good thing. Oh, Yuichi-san, when did you get back? Not too long ago. You seem to be engrossed in your thoughts, so we didn't want to distract you. Sorry about that. How did the shoe shopping go? I'm going to try on the second pair now. I really like this first one. You didn't pick anything overly pricey, did you? I tried to be conscious of the price when making my choices. Nothing too egregious. And that's good. Wouldn't want you to make the same mistake I did. You mean at the ice cream store? Man, those prices almost gave me a heart attack. Exactly. By the way, Alex, you were walking around the store with Yuichi-san? Yes, I hope it wasn't a problem. I wanted to make sure he was safe and you already had company with you. Of course, it's no problem. Thanks for looking out for him. Not that it was needed. Did you make a decision on the racket? Yes, I think this one will be ideal for you. Keikun hands him a purple racket with black stripes and white finishing around the handle. Victor grabs it, waving it around with curiosity. Wow, it's lighter than I expected. It's a good all-rounder racket. You can buy a new one if you decide to specialize in a specific type of shot or something of the sorts. But for a beginner, I would recommend this. Alright, then this is the one that I'm getting. Thanks! He looks the racket up and down, examining it with a big smile on his face. Vic-kun looks really pleased with it as he completely forgets to try on the rest of the shoes while waving the racket around. I call over an attendant, taking the racket from Victor's hand and handing it to the man. What? Hey! I'm gonna go grab a blanket. I feel like looking like an old man. An old man with beautiful hair. Ah! Ah! I'm too young to be an old man. And yet, I want to look like one right now. Just, hang on. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Now I am almost dressed like an old man. Yeah, I'm pretty dressed like an old man. Like I got the blanket in the lap. Let me like readjust myself so I'm more comfortable. Move the microphone a bit. There we go. But no, I swear to God, I look like a young old man right now. Like I'm like sitting in a chair, not like a recliner or anything. They dress so comfortably. Like they dress so comfortably. Like, I want to have that sort of confidence where, like, you just dress as an old man because, like, you, I dress for comfort. I solely dress for comfort. And you have old people over here, and they're dressing entirely for comfort. You got like an old man. He's just, like, sitting in the back. He's wearing, like an MTV t-shirt with, like, a blanket on him. And he's all just, like, watching the Hallmark channel. Well, hey! Can you hold on to this for when we check out? Damn, now I feel young. Certainly. I'll put it behind the register. Thank you. I wave as the worker walks away with the racket in his hands, feeling very pleased with myself. Why did you do that? Vic-kun pouts. Because you were distracted playing around with it and forgot to do the rest of your shopping. Plus, this way you don't have to carry it around while you choose what you're going to buy. You could have just asked me to put it down, you know. I believe this was more efficient regardless. Party pooper. Yep, that's me. I'm Mr. Anti-Fun. Now get back to trying on those shoes. Victor grumbles unhappily, sitting back down on the bench and proceeding to try on the next pair. We also have to look at some shirts after he's picked a shoe. Just make sure not to go too overboard. If he buys a bunch of stuff, then the bill is going to come out pretty scary. Yeah, I can already imagine that. Once we finish shopping for Victor's equipment, we walk back to the station area. The excess movement has already begun to die down, making it so the area isn't as crowded anymore. Man, I ended up buying a lot of stuff, huh? He's carrying 5 bags with him, constantly shifting them around in his hands in an attempt to get comfortable. Why do they use bags with thin nylon handles? Feels like it's slicing my hand because of the low weight. Here, let me. A piece. A piece. Alex walks up to the fox, taking the bags from his hands and carrying it in his own. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. So, Victor, is there anything else you'd like to see today? Maybe a bathhouse? Not even if you paid me would I go to one. Oh. Sorry, Yuichi isn't a big fan of nudity. Huh, I wasn't expecting that. Any other ideas? Preferably ones that don't involve nudity? Well, there are a lot of touristic spots and historic monuments in Japan, right? Maybe we could go to one of those. I did come to the country primarily to learn the culture. Yeah. A touristic spot, huh? I know of one place where we could go. Really? I never took you for the touristy type. Alex shrugs. Knowing about the layout of the city helps me do my job. Okay, I'm all ears. What's your idea? I'll take us there. Just follow me. A big scary man asks you to follow to someplace unknown. This sounds like the setup for some horror movie. Or he's taking you out on a date. I'm following Mr. Wolf here. I'm following Mr. Wolfman. Would you rather I leave you here by yourself? No, I'll go. It takes us nearly an hour to finally reach the place Alex was trying to lead us to. We end up in a local shrine after crossing a bridge that goes over a little stream. Multicolored leaves are fallen onto the concrete steps at the entrance. Unlike the station, which was at the center of the town's busiest areas, this place is nearly deserted. Here we are. Alex motions with his head, pointing at the large wooden gates and the different altars around us. Wow! A bona fide Shinto shrine! I've always wanted to visit one! Really? I thought you weren't too big on religion. I'm not, but this is a piece of history right here! Alex, how do you even know this place? It's at one of the edges of the town. Not many people even come here in the first place. It's a tourist attraction. You wanted to go someplace touristy, did you not? This felt appropriate. It is appropriate. Thank you, Alex. The wolf nods in response. Wow! The architecture here is magnificent. It certainly is a looker. I'm surprised by how well preserved it is. It's a historic monument, not to mention the shrine still has priests looking after it to this day. It's in no danger of going downhill anytime soon. That's good to know. People should care more about their history. Victor nods enthusiastically, pulling his phone out of his pocket. A mechanical camera sound echoes from it as a fox takes a shot of the scenery. Wow, that's an old school camera sound. Whee! I thought it was pretty charming, so I configured my camera to make that sound whenever I snap a picture. Huh, that's kind of amusing. In Japan, our phones make camera sounds that cannot be turned off no matter what. You, on the other hand, chose to have a noisy camera phone. You can't? Why not? It's to stop people from taking pictures of others without permission. The camera sound will let everyone know that a photo was snatched, and that keeps people from being sneaky with them. I'm pretty sure it's mostly to stop perverts from taking upskirt photos of women. And yet some people are still stupid enough to think that a phone that makes no sound is taking a photo of them. People will believe whatever they want to believe. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Not that it stops people from hacking their phones to turn them off. So long as it's not readily available, most people won't have the technical know-how to do it. Or the patience. That is true. Victor continues taking pictures of the place, capturing everything from the main gate to the altars to the nearby trees. If you want, you can buy fortune here. I don't really believe that kind of stuff. I think most people don't believe it. Then buy to support the temple. It takes some money to keep a place like this functioning, you know. Oh, in that case, I guess I'm gonna buy one. We walk up to a nearby priest in front of a box of fortunes. Good evening, what brings you all here? The man, a tanuki, smiles warmly at us, making a small reverence to welcome us. We're showing our foreign classmate around. Ah, and you decided to bring him to our shrine. I am most grateful for that. How does this fortune stuff work again? You make a payment of 5 yen and take a random fortune from the box. 5 yen? Wow, that's cheap. He opens his wallet, fishing out a coin from inside and handing it to the priest. Thank you very much. Victor puts his hand in the box, shuffling it around for a few seconds before pulling out a folded piece of paper. What does it say? Let me see. Oh, I got a great blessing! Wow, those are supposed to be really rare. I've never met anyone who's drawn one. What does it say the blessing is for? Let me see. Great blessing with... Wait. Childbirth? This can't be right. Congratulations, Victor. Congratulations. Is it a boy or a girl? Oh my god. I thought that was Shoichi. I genuinely thought that Shoichi was the pregnant one. Who the hell is going around, like, getting all these men pregnant? Who is going around getting all these men pregnant? I highly doubt it's Yuichi. Because, you know, he doesn't like nudity. Except when it involves not safe for work stuff. Hi, and welcome to literally every single stream ever where we get... Where, you know... We get sidetracked. All the time. But it's fun. But, oh my god, who the hell is going around getting all these men pregnant? Like I said, I highly doubt it's Yuichi. I keep thinking it's Haruki. So Haruki is the father. I think Haruki is the father. Oh, definitely not Haru. It's Saya. Saya is the father. There we go. Saya-Chad is the father. No, I don't think it'd be Alex. This is why I'm a degenerate. What? Don't laugh at me. You'll make a wonderful... Aw, damn. Let me just... Aw, damn. That's a real... knee slapper. I actually did slap my knee for that. I genuinely did slap my knee. You'll make a wonderful mother. Not you too! Even the priest is trying to keep himself from laughing. He's covering his mouth with his hand and looking away from us. This is bullshit! Now, you shouldn't swear in a temple. But! He's right. The shrine is a place of adoration. You should be respectful of it. Fuck! Fuck! Holy shit! Holy shit! Good. After this one, I kind of want to draw a fortune too. See what comes out. I suppose I am also interested. What about you, Yuichi-san? Will you draw one too? Do we want to accept to draw a fortune or refuse to? The fact that you all are focusing on the fact that Victor and Shoichi are pregnant and that Sai is the father. It is hilarious. Sure, we should all draw one. Hopefully our fortunes won't end up making us pregnant. Hey! 3 of us hand the priest a 5 yen coin each and grab a piece of paper from inside the box. Alex, why don't you go first? Very well. He neatly unfolds the paper that is almost too small for his hands. I drew a curse for my wishes and future business. Oh, ouch. That's gotta suck. The wolf shrugs, folding the paper back up and putting it in his pocket. You just have to do the best with what you have. My fortune is my own to make. Isn't that a mature outlook to have? Alright, me next. Sure, knock yourself out. I check what is written in my paper. Even though I don't consider myself a religious person, I can't help but feel a little superstitious when it comes to these. Oh, cool! I drew a great blessing for my love life and my business. Foreshadowing! That is foreshadowing right there. Wow, 2 great blessings in one day. Maybe these aren't as rare as we thought. Plus, it's good that he drew one that actually makes sense for him. Oh, are you talking about him? That's Alex. Hiya. I somehow feel jealous, and I don't even believe in these in the first place. It's the rarity effect. Yes, it is our husband. And also Smash. What about yours, Keisuke? Let's see. Keikun looks at what is written on his paper. Oh, wow. I drew the same one as Yuichi-san. Foreshadowing! What? Really? Yeah, look. Great blessing for your love life and future business. That's what it says. Huh. So I'm the unlucky one. Sorry, Alex. Only unlucky? Hello? Did you not look at my fortune? Don't worry. I'm sure your children will be smart and beautiful. I can't! I fucking can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't with all these impreg jokes. I can't with all these impreg jokes. Quit mocking me! The wolf smiles deviously. I guess even he has a sense of humor. You kids can also make a prayer at the altar if you'd like. I think I've had it with the religious stuff for the day. Don't be like that. If you pray hard enough, then maybe the man of your dreams will show up sooner. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Victor's face is starting to go red. Whether that's from embarrassment or anger, I don't really know. Careful, Alex. You keep that up and his head might explode. Good. How about we go around the temple so you can take a few more pictures of the scenery? The nearby stream is quite pretty too. Yes, please. We wave goodbye to the priest and walk back out of the temple, going through the entrance arch once again. This place would have been much prettier during the cherry blossom season. Ugh, no, I still can't stand this. Yes! So, we have 2 pregnant characters in Tennis Ace, apparently. We have Vic-kun and Shoichi. Apparently, they're both pregnant. Is it a boy or a girl, though? Ugh, no, I still can't stand those. Too bad we're not here for you, are we? Fair enough. I still find it hilarious how you all are focusing on the fact that... how apparently Victor and Shoichi are pregnant. I love that. I find that hilarious. Oh, hey, there are fish in the stream. I wouldn't be surprised. Everything around here is really well kept. That water is crystal clear. See? It's all very clean. And Saya is apparently the father, which you do not approve of. Okay. So, like, assuming that all the characters are straight, which they obviously aren't, but at the beginning of the game we think they're straight, I guess. Saya would be the only top out of all of them. Literally, all Saya has to do is just be like, get over here. And, like, or just, like, walk in front of someone and just be, and just, like, poke them or whatever, and they're pregnant or something, I don't know. It's all very clean. I didn't think you could get so much nature this close to a major city. It really depends where you visit. Some organizations are more gung-ho about nature preservation than others. The estate is also surrounded by nature. That's true. You can't see any other buildings around us. It's a bit lonely, actually. Yeah, I agree. It's why I have an apartment in the city. I don't know. I think I'd prefer a quieter place. I love the countryside. I wouldn't really call the estate countryside, but I guess it is far enough removed from the hustle and bustle of the city. Yes, I have a hard time relaxing there. Oh, hey, I just remembered. Is there a koi fish pond around here or something of the sorts? There might be. Why? But Victor's the pregnant one. Can we go there? I want to see it. I want to take a picture of the fish. Sure, whatever floats your boat. We have fun exploring the temple and its surroundings for a few more hours, leisurely enjoying the company as we go along. Alex's decision to come here certainly paid off, as Victor seemed to be entertained the whole time. By the time we reach the station again, the sun is already fully set. The bustle of the nightlife has already begun to increase as more people begin showing up in the area. Thanks again for the help. I really appreciate it. It's no problem. We had fun, right, guys? Yeah, for sure. It was an entertaining day. Alex hands the fox the bags he'd been carrying the whole time. Victor beams at him. Thank you. Sorry for making you carry these for me. You did no such thing. I carried them out of my own free will. Still, thank you. Anyway, I should get going to my apartment. See you guys again tomorrow. All right. Have a safe trip home. Be careful. I will. Bye-bye. The fox continues waving at us until he disappears into the crowd and vanishes from our sight. I should probably get going too. My family is going to worry if I arrive too late at home. It would probably be for the best, yeah. Keisuke, do you want me to call for the car? Yeah, sure. I will be right back. I have to go someplace with less noise to make the call. Don't go anywhere. Wouldn't dream of it. We are suddenly left alone amidst the crowd. Even Alex, with all of his height, soon disappears into the masses. How about we go someplace more quiet, too? What about Alex? He'll be fine. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself. You really are sneaky when you want to be, huh? Keikun grabs me by the arm, leading me away from the giant group of people. We don't walk very far, just enough to get us out of the huge crowd in front of the station. And this should be enough. My ears were already starting to ring with all those voices. It's certainly an assault on the senses at times. And thank you for your help today, by the way. Not that you needed it. You did just fine at showing him around without me. Maybe, but having you around to fall back on definitely helped me stay calm. I'm pretty sure I'd have gotten lost if you and Alex weren't around, so I really appreciate it. Maybe should be thanking him for it too, then. I will, but Alex also had no choice in the matter. He has to accompany me. You could have very well said no and enjoyed your day by yourself. Pfft, as if I'm the kind of person to do that. I suppose that's true. By the way, has there been any news on whether your band will get the gym or not? No, and Urata is being tight-lipped about it too. I tried asking him where we stand, and he refused to answer. Well, he's a stickler for the rules, so it's no surprise. Having a little flexibility every now and again wouldn't hurt. Look who's talking. Heh, yeah, I suppose that's suspicious coming from me. Well, if you'll excuse me, I should be going. All right, I should probably get back before Alex comes back and throws a fit. Try not to make things too difficult for him, will you? I make no promises. Good night. Good night. See you tomorrow. I begin my walk home with Keikun seeing me off. I can't stop looking at the night sky on the way. For some reason, it really calls my attention today. In this area of the city, it's hard to see the stars at night. Even so, today they really seem to be shining a lot. I feel oddly relaxed on my way home. Guess I had a lot more fun today than I expected. I wonder about that stuff Alex said to me at the store. So I mean a lot to Keikun, huh? For some reason, the thought of that makes me really happy. May 24th, Wednesday, day 16. I sit around in front of the window, idly twiddling my thumbs as soon as I look out at the sky. From the moment we woke up today, there was a pretty bad storm going on outside. The clouds are so dense that there's barely any light shining through. It still feels like we're in the middle of the night. Aki and I should have left for school a good 15 minutes ago, but we didn't have the courage to brave the weather, even with an umbrella. Hey, Aniki, the weather forecast says it's supposed to be like this all day. Aki emerges from behind me, looking down at his phone with a frown. Well, the clouds don't look like they're about to let up anytime soon, so I suppose you must be right. It's not me that's right, it's the weather app. He wiggles his phone in front of my face for effect. Whatever, you call that weird thingamajig on your hand anything you want. You're not technology illiterate, stop acting like an idiot. Oh, come on, brighten up. If the sky is cloudy, then the sunshine must come from within us. That is quite possibly the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. That's a little harsh! down. I am beautiful. Anyways. Also, what's with the way you're talking? You're 12. You haven't even lived long enough to say that. Alright, fine, I'll stop joking around. Oh, you were joking? Sorry, I couldn't tell. Yeah, keep talking like that, smart guy. Just remember, I'm the one who cooks your food. Fine, fine, you win. Nah, don't be so upset. This sort of outcome was already to be expected. You can't beat your awesome big bro after all. Keep that up and I'll kick you on the shin. Got it. I swear, no sense of humor at all. What are we supposed to do about school? Should we call a cab? Can you imagine how expensive a cab would be under these conditions? Those guys will probably be charging ridiculous premiums to go out in this rain. That's true. So we're just going to have to miss class today? Unless you want to go outside in this rain, then yeah. If you do decide to do it, let me know beforehand so I can have popcorn at the ready. Don't worry, I'd toss you outside to see if it's safe first. Hey! Aki chuckles, walking up to and throwing himself on the living room couch, opening his bag and grabbing a textbook from inside. What are you doing? Studying. If I can't go to school, then I should at least study the material I already have at home. Seriously? Don't you know how to enjoy your free time? You should just take this chance to relax. No thanks, I don't need to end up like my useless older brother. Hey! I still love you, though. God damn it, you're lucky you're really cute. Do you need any help with your studies? From you? Hardly. Hey, I'll have you know that I'm still at the top of my class. I can handle a middle school curriculum. I still don't need any help. I'm doing fine by myself. You could stand to be a little more friendly, you know. I'm plenty friendly enough. Seriously, decide what kind of personality you want to have already. Just yesterday you were cuddling up to me on the couch to watch a movie. Now you're ignoring me? Go back to being cute already. By the way, do you think Mom will have to go to work with this rain? Wait, she's not at work yet? Aki shakes his head sideways. She said she was given the morning off, remember? She even asked us not to wake her up when we left for class since she only has to be in the office in the afternoon. Oh, right, I forgot about that. Well, if this rain keeps up like this, then I don't think she'll go either. She doesn't have a car to begin with. I guess you're right. I'm always right. Let's not exaggerate. Huh? The sound of a knock on the front door makes both of us jump. Just the fact that someone is knocking in the middle of this heavy rain is already shocking enough. With how loud the rain is, just how hard did they have to knock? And who would be knocking on someone's door in the middle of a storm? I'll go check the door. The knocking gets more intense as I get close to the door. I'm coming! Once I open the door, a white hare immediately jumps inside the house, brandishing a wet umbrella. The sudden movement catches me by surprise and I cry out. Calm down, Yuichi-san. It's just me. What, K-kun? Geez, do you have any idea how bad the weather is outside? Why did you take so long to let me in? What are you even doing here? I mean, of course it would take me a while. How would I expect that someone would knock on my door under these conditions? Oh, I guess that's true. Hiya. While he seems to have remained mostly dry despite the storm outside, I can see a few wet spots on the hem of his pants on his shoulders. Damn, you're really irresponsible for coming all the way over here in this rain. Here, come inside. It wasn't that bad. My driver brought me here. The two of us walk back to the living room. Aki quickly walks up to the two of us and hands Keisuke a towel. Here, I figured whoever was outside would be pretty wet, so I went to get a towel. Oh, nice thinking there, Aki. Thank you, Akiyoshi-kun. It was nothing. Make yourself comfortable, Keisuke-san. Don't worry about it. Aki walks back to the couch and plops himself down, picking up his book once more and continuing to read it. Wet socks. Like, getting wet socks because of, rain and outside water isn't that bad. But, picture this. You get home from work and you're very tired. You go take a shower because you want to feel clean before you go to bed. You want to feel clean before you go to bed, so you step into the shower, only to remember that you're still wearing socks, so now your socks are wet in the shower, and you're just like... So now you're, freaking the hell out, because now you're wearing wet socks in the shower. Wet socks in the shower has actually happened to me before. It is not fun. It is not fun. It is awful. Yes, Alex is very hot. Aki walks, Oh, so you're studying despite the rain? Yeah, since I'm a student, the least I can do is study. Especially when I'm supposed to be in school. True, but you also get to go plap like a duck around the house. That is all funny. That is all fun. Just yeah, that's just fun. Like going like, hang on. Can I make this sound loud enough? Let me take my slippers off because I'm wearing slippers. God, I really am an old man. Just like doing like the little plap plap sound whenever you're wet and like walking around wherever is fun. At least I can do is study, especially when I'm supposed to be in school. You see how he is, K-kun? Isn't it ridiculous? And not at all. That's very responsible of you, Akiyoshi-kun. Maybe your older brother could stand to learn a little something from you. What? See? I told you. Let me just... K-kun, don't you turn your back against me, too. I'm not turning against anyone. You really could stand to study a little more. Give me a break. I'm already in the top 5 of my class. I don't need to study any more than that. If you can do that well despite studying so little, then shouldn't you try to aim a little higher? What are you, my mother? No, just someone who worries about you and your legendary levels of laziness. Good luck getting through to him. He already ignores me, Mom, Shoichini, and Sayani. Seriously? How many people do you already have on your case over this? I don't want to talk about it. Good grief, you're impossible. Keikun shakes his head with a sigh as he towels himself. Upon looking a little closer, I noticed that he was actually a lot more drenched than I initially thought. The undershirt he wore beneath his jacket was clinging tightly to his chest, making the muscle definition below very visible. Despite his somewhat frail-looking constitution, Keikun's body was very well built from all his years as a tennis player. He might not have as much muscle as Shoichi or me, but he still had a very good-looking body. Is something the matter, Yuichi? Keikun seems to catch me staring, something even I hadn't realized I was doing. Once my attention was called to it, I immediately looked away, my face feeling oddly flushed all of a sudden. It's nothing! If you say so. Thank you for the towel, Akiyoshi-kun. It was very helpful. Aki lifts his arm, flashing the hair a thumbs up and making Keisuke chuckle. By the way... By the way, I asked this right after you came in, but you didn't really respond to me. What are you doing here, Keikun? Shouldn't you be at school? That's actually why I'm here. I know most of you guys walk to school. Mizuguchi-san and Yurata both tend to go quite early, just like I do, so they had already arrived before the rain started. But I started thinking about you and how you usually leave for class around this time. I realized you and Akiyoshi-kun might be stuck here, so I decided to call for my driver and come by. So, wait, you came over to pick us up for school? Exactly. Aren't I a genius? Once again, what are you, my mother? Mr. Genius, I think we're going to have a problem. Aki chimes in from the couch. The two of us look over at his direction and see him looking down at his phone with a frown. The weather report just got updated. This storm has been classified as a weather hazard. Classes are being canceled and people are being advised to take shelter in whatever building they are. What? No way. It's true. Sorry you came all the way here for nothing. But even if you'd stayed on school grounds, you wouldn't have had class. It says it's a storm with strong winds and chances of thunder and lightning. Wait, did you just say thunder and lightning? Yeah, see here? Aki walks up to us and shows us the screen of his phone where we can plainly see the weather forecast. Well, that's true! Damn, it did look like the storm was getting worse, but I didn't think it was going to get that bad. Good thing you got here before things got too ugly out there, right, Keikun? I see some fidgeting from the corner of my eye and my attention is immediately drawn away from the screen. Keikun? When I turn to look at him, Keikun is hugging his arms really close to his body, biting his lip. Hey, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Are you sure? You don't look fine. Wait, could it be that you're afraid of thunder? What? No, there's no what? Keikun jumps, his whole body trembling at the sound of thunder. Oh wow, that was a big one too. Sounded like fucking R2-D2 for a second. Aki stares at the ceiling, bewildered. Damn, the weather's taking a turn for the worst pretty bad. Should we wake up Mom? Nah, I'd say that if she can sleep through this, then she should be allowed to sleep. Right now, I'm more worried about someone else. Keikun, are you seriously afraid of thunder? So what? It's not a big deal. Almost as if on cue, thunder strikes once more to shut him up mid-sentence. Keikun continues to fidget where he stands, now visibly trembling to the sound of thunder outside. Aki, can I borrow your headphones? He nods, quickly going up the stairs to his room. Come on, let's sit down here for a bit. It's best if we try to make you comfortable. Keikun nods meekly. Once I grab him by his wrist, I can feel his entire body trembling against my hand. That's usually how it goes. It's good for your mental health, though, just like making random noises. See, shit like that is good for your mental health. It is very good for your mental health. I try my best to pretend like the whole thing isn't a big deal, as that might give me a better chance at calming him down. The two of us walk around the corner where I push Aki's stuff out of the way so we can both take a seat. Here, isn't it better like this? I guess it... Keikun jumps again, his hand clutching the sides of his arm so tightly that I'm afraid his jacket might rip. I put a hand on his shoulder in an attempt to be comforting. Hey, come on, everything will be okay. What, Keikun? As soon as I touched him, he practically jumped on me, burying his face on my chest and clinging to me in a panic. When I looked down, I see Keisuke's face really close to mine, his breathing rapid and little teardrops forming on the corners of his eyes. For some reason, I immediately feel the need to avert my gaze as my face begins to grow hot. I put my left hand on top of his head, stroking it slowly in an attempt to be reassuring. Everything's alright. See? There's no need to panic. He makes no sound, merely wrapping his arms around me and holding me even tighter. Keikun. It's like he's not even listening to me right now. Is this why you asked me to go get my headphones? Aki then comes back downstairs, putting both his arms on top of the sofa back and leaning his chest forward, looking at us. Shut up! He shrugs, handing me a pair of surprisingly bulky earbuds. Wait, why are these so huge? They're like twice the size of regular earbuds. I bought these about 2 years ago when you started bringing girlfriends home all the time. They're noise canceling. Haven't had to use them in a while, though. Let me get a drink real quick. Damn! Aki's got no chill. Aki's got no chill whatsoever. Like, he says, I bought these about 2 years ago when you started bringing girlfriends home all the time. They're noise canceling. Haven't had to use them in a while, though. But I feel like what he means is, I bought them because I don't want to hear you fuck. What? Oh. Oh, God. The implications of that are... Sorry. He shrugs once more. It's cool. I just needed some peace and quiet after, that's all. Alternatively, you could have just mentioned it and I'd have... Or actually, never mind. I wish I had never learned of this in the first place. I plugged the headphones onto my phone and started playing some music. Then I slipped them into Keisuke's ears. Immediately, the shiver begins to subside a little. I imagine that since he can't hear the sound of the rain, he's beginning to calm down a bit. Yuichi-san? Hey there, you feeling any better? He nods meekly, his face rubbing against my chest as he does so. I can barely hear you. That means the headphones are working. Keikun turns to look at Aki. I half expect him to jump away from me when he notices Aki here, but Keisuke stays put where he is. Thanks. Are you alright? You seem really out of it. I don't like thunderstorms. He nuzzles my chest once again, continuing to cling on to me tightly despite knowing Aki is here. If you're lucky you came here before the thunder started, then people would really tease you at school if they saw this. I make an attempt at humor to try and alleviate the situation. I think you'd be the one most likely to tease him in the first place. And it gets promptly shut down. If you don't mind me asking, how do you even deal with this at other times, Keisuke-san? The sound of thunder echoes once more, but Keikun doesn't seem to have any reaction to it this time. I tend to lock myself into my room and just listen to music until it passes. Aki mouths a silent, oh, looking down at the hare's meek figure with worry. What about when you're in public? You can't shut yourself out in public, can you? I use bathrooms. Just then, the image of a scared Keisuke attempting to silently sob while locked inside a bathroom stall comes to mind. And it breaks my heart. I wrap both my arms around him, hugging the still shivering hair closer to my body. He reacts with a meek yelp before hugging me tighter too. Thanks. Aki stares at the two of us like that for a few seconds before stepping back from the couch. Well, I'm gonna gather my things and go up to my room to study if you don't mind. Sure, if you're already done by then, how about we all have lunch together? Alright. Aki quickly picks up his books and bag and carries them back upstairs, disappearing from my sight without another word. I focus my attention once more on the white hair I have in my arms. You alright there? He nods, not bothering to look up or say a word. At least he's not shaking nearly as much as he was before. Still, afraid of thunder, huh? Even though I can see it right now, I still have trouble conciliating that idea with the image I have of Keikun in my head. By the way, I don't want to be a bother, but didn't you say your driver brought you here to pick us up? He nods once again. Wouldn't that mean he's still waiting for us outside? Ah! He pulls the headphones out of his ear and fishes his phone out of his pocket. I can see a few idle twitches here and there as he starts hearing the sound of the rain again, but he remains more or less composed. Maybe holding on to me is calming him down a bit? I certainly would like it if that were the case. Hello, Iso guy. I just found out that the classes are being cancelled for the day due to the storm, but it's been declared dangerous to go outside. You should probably come in too. What? No, I'm not going back to the estate in the middle of the storm. Because it's unsafe. No, it wouldn't be a bother if you came in. Fine, just seek shelter, okay? Don't wait around for me outside. I'll call you to pick me up once the storm's gone. He turns off the call and drops his phone on the coffee table next to us, sighing. Keisuke hesitates for a few seconds before putting the earbuds back in his ears. Is everything okay? Yes, he's just a stubborn old fool. He insisted it would be inappropriate for him to come inside your house and said he would drive back to the estate. I hope he doesn't get in an accident. If he's that confident that he can drive through the rain, then I'm sure nothing is going to happen, really. Let's hope for that. He finally pulls away from me, sitting on the opposite end of the couch and adjusting himself. Oh, are you feeling better now? Yeah, having something else to focus on helps. Sorry to have him, Also, can you speak a little louder? It's a bit hard to hear you now that I'm farther away. I clear my throat, nodding. If you don't mind me asking, what was that about? I've never seen you act like that. I don't like thunder. I saw myself before I can utter a sarcastic, "No way!" But how come I never heard about this before? It's not something I can freely advertise. Imagine how much I'd be made fun of about this. Besides, my family already gets on my case enough as it is about showing weakness. I don't need one more thing to add to the list. I guess that's fair. I just hope I was able to help any. You were. Sorry to have clung to you like that. God, that was mortifying. It's fine, you don't have to worry about it. It's not a big deal anyway. I was just surprised to see you like that. You're usually always so composed. Well, it doesn't always affect me like that either. I usually keep an eye on the weather forecast and have time to prepare for it, so it doesn't get to me nearly as much. It's just, the rain today came out of nowhere. No weather report mentioned it, and then came the thunder. I can imagine. For what it's worth, he already looks so much better. He doesn't dare take the earbuds off, but he's now sitting and talking to me much more normally than before. I didn't expect you to be the kind of to want to cuddle for comfort, though. I told you, I just wasn't prepared for it. I have an urge to point out how cute he is right now, but I'm pretty sure he'd murder me if I did. Yeah, it's no big deal, right? Right. Even if it was unexpected, I have to admit that I kind of like seeing this more vulnerable side of him. Keikun can be really cute sometimes. How long have you had this problem? Ever since I was a little boy. Not many people know about it, though. Sorry we ended up finding out. It's fine. If it's you, then I don't mind it much, I guess. No, I feel flattered. Yeah, whatever. I wish Akiyoshi-kun hadn't seen me like that, though. Don't worry. Aki's not the type to tease you about it or tell others. I know that, but it's still embarrassing to know he knows. You worry too much. And you worry too little. And what are you going to do now? Hang out here until the rain passes? Probably. Sorry for the intrusion, by the way. You're saying that now, after you already barged into my house without saying anything? You have a really weird sense of timing, Keikun. It's no bother. I like having the chance to spend more time with you anyway. Thank you. I'm happy to hear. Is there something you want to do? I have a few games we could play. I really don't recommend using devices plugged to the wall in the middle of a thunderstorm. Oh yeah, that's a fair point. In fact, now that I think about it, I should probably start unplugging stuff from the wall until the storm passes. If anything expensive were to get fried, we'd be screwed. Might be a bit of a bother when you're like this, but can you help with unplugging stuff from the wall? It won't take as long if it's the two of us. Sure. So long as I can keep these earbuds on, I'm fine. You don't need to worry. Although, you might have to speak a little louder if we're far apart, because I'm barely hearing you as is. Almost an hour later, the two of us sit in silence, staring at the ceiling with nothing to really distract ourselves from our boredom. Not only that, but the continuous sound of rain outside is starting to make me drowsy. I'm already sleepy enough at this time of day without adding rain to the equation. Isai eventually got my phone back from Keikun and had him plug his own to listen to music. Man, I'm bored. Why don't you use your phone? What am I supposed to do with my phone? You shut off the Wi-Fi modem, remember? And then just use your data plan. I don't have a data plan. If I did, don't you think I'd already be using it? Oh, that's fair. Do you want me to make a hotspot for you with my phone? No, it's okay. You don't have to waste your data on me. I have unlimited data. That's not going to be an issue. Seriously? Aren't those plans really expensive for a high school student? The hair merely stares at me without a word, suddenly making me feel really stupid for what I just said. There's a bug on the wall. I'm going to go get that bug. What are you doing on the wall, Mr. Bug? Let me go grab something. Ah! Where is it? It's somewhere. I do not have paper towels. However, I have Clorox wipes, so I'm going to get the bug with Clorox wipes. I am not going to eat the bug. It's like a stink bug, so I can't exactly smack it either. I can't smack a stink bug. I can't crash a stink bug because then it'll just be awful. It'll smell awful. It'll smell absolutely awful if I smack the stink bug. So I'm going to get it with a Clorox wipe. I'm going to get it with a Clorox wipe and then just put it in my trash can. No. Fuck! Fuck! It's behind the... That motherfucker teleported! Is that like a superpower that bugs have? They can just like teleport? Get off my TV. No.
It's not in the petition.
Shut the hell up. Where's the lid? There we go. That thing is going to come back out from that mirror. I just know it. I just know it is going to pop out from behind the mirror and just... No, I am not eating it. I am not eating the bug. That is honestly one of my fears. Just like an insect or spider just crawling into my mouth. Just like crawling into my mouth. The hair merely stares at me without a word, suddenly making me feel really stupid for what I just said. Oh, right. I forgot. It's alright, Yuichi-san. So, do you want me to make a connection for you? Pass. While the idea is tempting, if you're sitting right next to me, I'd much rather us do something together. And then why don't we? What exactly are we going to do with everything shut off? Cuddle in front of a fire and watch a romantic movie? Oh, why would you mention something like that in the first place? You were clinging to me really tightly a while ago. Maybe that... Ow! I get promptly punched in the shoulder before I have a chance to complete my sentence. Geez, Saichan is being a really bad influence on you if you're doing this kind of thing now. And this is what you get for saying really embarrassing things like that. It was just a joke! You didn't have to take it so seriously! Oh, now he's going silent on me? Hey, come on, I didn't mean to mock you or anything like that. I really didn't mind it much. It was kind of pleasant, even. Pleasant? Yeah, you're pretty soft, so it felt nice. Soft? What's wrong? Why are you acting so weird? I'm not acting weird. Yes, you are. Your voice has gotten so high and squeaky that you almost sound like a dog whistle. No, that's spiders. Like you have multiple types of spiders. You got like the shower spiders crawling up your leg, crawling up the wall, just crawling everywhere, just blah blah blah. You got like the then there's like the room spiders. Like you're just like laying down in your room, you're laying down in your bed, playing on your phone, and then you see a spider on the floor. You see a spider on the floor, and you're just like, oh Jesus Christ! But like, depending on the size, like if it's like the size of like your one of your thumb, like your thumb, if it's the size of your thumb, then you don't have to worry about it. Just like take like a Clorox wipe or something, and just like swipe it under the spider and just like take it outside. But if it is the size of a Nintendo Switch, dock, that is not your room, that is not your house, that is a spider's house. Burn it down, collect the insurance money. I would like to say, maybe don't do that. Do not hold me responsible for anything. I am not and will not be held responsible for anything if you burn down your house. Weirdo. Do you think the rain is gonna pass anytime soon? Doesn't seem like it. It's still coming down pretty hard. Yeah, it really sucks. I should probably follow Akiyoshi-kun's example and study right now. Ew. There are better ways to use your time off. It's not time off, though. Not really. We were supposed to be in school today. It's just the weather that got in the way. Oh, come on, man. You can't be that uptight about things. Live a little for God's sake. I really don't need to be hearing that from you. You barely ever study in the first place. And yet I still place really high on my exams. And that's one thing that annoys me to no end. We're going to leave off here tonight. That bug is going to be bothering me all night. Anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.